Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time.
Alright, so let's see what we have this time. I could do Warrior again, since that's obviously not happening. And I did get 9 wins with a Rogue. You can go Shaman. Although there's been a patch recently, the maximum is no longer 9 wins, it is now 12. Which is a lot harder than 9, I'm guessing. 9 wasn't that easy. Let's see what we have here. He's okay. He's considered very good. Again, I have just like an irrational bias where I don't like him so much because he's not as good later in the game, but he's still actually like quite good. But Sunwalker is very strong, so I'm going to take him. Yep, looking for 12 wins now. I don't like that card that much. Don't like that one that much. He can draw me more cards, so take that. Okay, so he's giving me the hard choice again now, because he's fat and awesome. He's very good with he's okay as an early creature anyway, and then he's good with stuff like Fork Lightning. But I'm gonna take Fork Lightning. It's removal. I do know that it requires 2 targets now, which I didn't know originally, but I'm still taking another Fork Lightning. But I probably won't go past 2 unless it's like bad alternatives. These guys are all pretty okay, sort of come into play and do stuff creatures, but the Fire Elemental, because he's class specific, he is theoretically he should be slightly better, and in practice he is definitely better than these 2 guys. Very good. Okay, this is hard. We've got the crap Alarmobot, which I don't like. Wild Pyromancer, who I like a lot in Constructed. It's hard to say how he'll work out here. Although in my deck so far, I have 2 spells to trigger him, and I have a guy who would actually draw an extra card from using him, which is kind of cool. He's pretty good, and he's still a 3/2 creature for 2. On the other hand, the Manatide Totem, if you can protect it with Taunt or something, this can draw multiple cards and just be generally obnoxious. And then even then, to get rid of it, your opponent has to spend a card. Because it's going to replace itself. Yeah, I can't talk myself into this. You pay 3, and you're going to draw a card, and then your opponent still has to do something about it or you'll draw more. It's actually pretty good that way. As long as you can force your opponent to spend stuff on it. So Earthshock I like a lot. This can kill a weak creature, finish off any creature that's badly damaged, or you always get the silence out of it. This guy I don't like so much. I actually do kind of like the Dalaran Mage, but I don't know how much spell damage I'm going to have, and it's going to be less if I take him instead of this. So I think I'm going to take the Earthshock. I'd rather have stronger removal cards. It's still on the weak side, but at least it's flexible. Out of these guys, I don't have a lot of the buffing stuff yet for him. Murloc Tidehunter is 2 creatures for the price of 1, so I'm going to go with him. Flame Tongue Totem is awesome. It just with your tokens that you make from your class ability, it ends up usually being good. We've got the Cobra, who is theoretically pretty strong. I find in practice he's usually not quite what I want, because again, he's still not that big a creature. It's not that hard to take him out first. He's a big creature, but again, I don't like him that much either. He has the advantage that he's almost 100% guaranteed to live long enough for 1 attack, but once he attacks, he really does not have a lot of toughness. If you're using him to kill creatures, he's not going to last long at all. I think I'm going to take the Crazed Alchemist, though, because he's still like a crazy alchemist. He does cool things. There, give him a chance. So I don't really want any more Fork Lightning. 2 is actually pretty good. I mean, I should probably take more anyway, because it's a limited format, but no, Bloodlust is like a game-winning card. So I really want to have at least 1 Bloodlust. Ooh, get an extra rare here, and it's going to be Lightning Storm, because you're not much help in this deck. This is a perfectly, I like this, it's a good creature, but Lightning Storm is the man. Like, Lightning Storm is the thing. If I could get 4 or 5 Lightning Storms, I would probably take them all in Arena, because it's awesome. I have a fair amount of Overload already, but I'm still not sold on this guy being the best thing ever. On the other hand, he tends to draw more removal. He has a good toughness for 3, and he draws more removal, because your opponent is just worried you're going to overload him. So he's got maybe some strength there. On the other hand, how much fat? I still don't have that many things that are really fat. And he's really fat. And again, his bonus works well with the totems. I'm going to take him anyway. Probably a mistake, since the game is often won in the sort of 3-4 cost range. But I'm going to take this guy, because he's still not my favorite. 3-3 for 3 is fine, and he gives me something. I don't care much for this card. To me, it's not doing enough. This is okay. It's about on par with Earthshock, surprise. But I'm going to take the Ironbeak Owl, because he's like a removal and a creature, and I do need to make sure I have enough creatures here. I'm going to take the Fire Elemental, because he's a big, powerful creature that kills something. I'm starting to have more fatness again. I'm only halfway through the deck, but I definitely have at least half as many fat creatures as I would want. So, Ironfur Grizzly or the Fairy Dragon. I've got more respect for these guys than I did before. I think I was just undervaluing them. They're still... He doesn't necessarily survive more than, like, blocking more than one creature, but he's good at killing, and if you actually play him third turn, he's pretty strong. He messes up your opponent. If you have one other creature out, like if you got a 2-drop creature, then your opponent goes, and then you play him, he protects your other creature, it just messes everything up for your opponent. Yeah, I'm going to take him. I don't have weapons for you. I'm going to take another Fire Elemental. I'm just going to go crazy with the Fire Elementals if they keep handing them to me. Might not be bad to have another Earthshock. I'd have like a ton of silence in them. It's not like I could have too much silence. It's just a question of how much I'm getting for how much value the cards have other than just silencing. It's only a little damage. I need more good creatures in the 3 and 4 cost range. So I'm going to take the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. This is pretty tough. These things can be very strong. If you get it early in the game, and it comes out as like a 4-6 or a 4-7, it's amazing. This is good removal. I think I'm going to go with it for that aspect. This is helping me kill creatures off. Stupid rare. You're no use to me. You're no use to me. I got like a Murloc card. I guess I'm taking the Questing Adventurer, although he's not great. You know what, this guy, he's a 1-2, and he says whenever a Murloc is summoned. It doesn't have to be mine. No, a 1-2 is like puny though. Like he's still... Another Murloc has to be summoned for him to be as good as this guy. Now I realize this only costs 1, and he costs a lot, but I'm going to take the Questing Adventure. There's more chance of him accomplishing something. This is tricky. I could get the Unbound, he's not bad. I could get the Jungle Panther, he's kind of the opposite, he's all offense. Or I could just have the Novice Engineer draw me another card, buy me more time. It's another creature for Bloodlust or for the Flame Tongue Totem. I do have a fair amount of fat stuff in my deck. It helps make sure I get it. Yeah, I'm going to want the card advantage, but I'm also going to want killing power. I have 3 overload cards, which could make him bigger, and honestly a 2-4 for 3 is pretty good stats, actually. He wins against a lot of things. I'm going to take him, obviously. Gnomish Inventor is a little bit bigger and still gives the card advantage. The Warden is good with some things. The Berserker is obviously pretty strong. Dang. I don't have that much card drawing in here. I think I'm actually going to take the Gnomish Inventor. Maybe a mistake, I don't know. This is tricky. It's also funny because they have the same creature pictured pretty much. But I could take the Ogre Magi or the Bloodlust. I have like 4 direct damage cards that he boosts, and he's a 4-4 for 4. He's very good. Bloodlust is it's a totally game-winning card, but it costs a little more and requires me to have more creatures in play which shouldn't be too hard because of totems, but still. Oh, that's tough. I guess I'm going to take the second Bloodlust. I might regret it, but I know I'm going to regret it if I don't take it. I'm going to be thinking, oh, if I just had a Bloodlust, I would have won. Now I'm going to get them both in my hand all the time, and it'll be a pain. You're not very good. You're also not very good. Like, you're even worse. And I don't like you that much. Wow, what a set. I have a fair amount of expensive stuff in here, and I don't like him as an expensive thing. I like mine better, so I'm actually going to take the 1-drop. He's a 2-1 for 1. That's all he is, because I don't have any weapons for him. I'm going to take the Chillwind Yeti. I really want those 4-cost strong things. I'd like more like that. This guy could draw me a bunch of cards, which would be crazy. On the other hand, this guy's a 4-3 for 3. Who's pretty strong. And theoretically, I could get a healing totem going, or I could get my my Farseer and heal him. I think I'm going to take him. He's the most, like, efficient stats for the cost. I have a fair amount of spells I could get going with this guy, but... Yeah, I am going to take this guy. It's not that unlikely for me to have him in my hand along with a 1-cost spell. I mean, it's not that likely either, but it could definitely happen. Plus, he might just live long enough as a 4-4 that I might get to draw more cards from him. We'll see what happens. I'm probably going to regret it, but... yeah. I don't care about Totemic Might. This is not that exciting either. Although now I have another thing that benefits from spells. I didn't get the spell power guys. I ended up not taking any of them, but... I'll be able to silence a lot of stuff. It'll be hard for my opponent to have stuff with abilities, almost. And... now, I've got 2 Bloodlusts. It's more important for me to have creatures for my 2 Bloodlusts than it is for this. Plus, Bloodlust would combo with this guy's Wind Fury if he got enraged. I'm going to take the guy. And... we've got a true Lightning Bolt. That's new. That one can actually kill things a lot harder than my other spells. On the other hand, I like both of these guys as efficient creatures. What am I up to for spells? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to count this. 5, because it doesn't really do anything. 6, 7. So I have 7 spells. It's not too many, but for an arena deck, like, they gotta really count. Ah, it's so hard. You know what? If I can kill all my opponent's stuff, then I'm in a good place. I'm gonna take that. Another rare? Holy crud. Take another Manatide Totem, which I'm not that hot on. Mind Control Tech is fine. He's not that exciting for extra rare here. This is interesting. I have some pretty strong guys, and assuming this triggers their... actually, I don't know if this... I don't think this triggers Battle Cries. Probably doesn't. But still, this... that's tough. Because this could be like 2 mana to get back a Fire Elemental, right? Or a Sunwalker or something, and that would be very strong. I'm going to take this. It's more interesting than the Mind Control Tech. And that's it. Oh, that wasn't an extra rare. Because the card number is 29 because I'm choosing the 30th card. Okay. Well, this is my deck. It is going to be interesting. So let's find out. It's pretty heavy on the 3 casting cost stuff. Let's see how it goes. Going first is going to suck. I have a fair number of 1-cost cards, but they're basically all removal spells. They're cards that are only useful when my opponent has creatures out. Sometimes more than one. So really the deck just goes like sort of nothing, nothing, and then third turn just starts dropping stuff non-stop, I guess. That's the hope. Almost got the worst player. Hooray, a priest. We all know priests aren't like super strong and awesome. Okay. I'm going first. Frig. Get rid of the expensive cards. 3 is pretty much par for this deck, it looks like. And that's not good at this point in the game. It's really better later. Okay, so our play is nothing, then totem, and then by that point my opponent's probably kicking my butt. That's no good. And point out Northshire. Leper Gnome. That's still not a good start for me. It's a good start for him. Hey, Taunt Totem. Those are always good. So, on the plus side, it's saving me 2 damage. On the minus side, if it was a different totem, it would probably stay out, and I'd be able to Flame Tongue it. Whereas this one is definitely getting killed. Okay. That keep increasing the toughness is going to get annoying. So, anything I put out, like even this has 4 toughness, it's still going to get killed pretty easily. And it would only kill 1 back. Because this guy could survive it. If I drop the bear, he probably kills 2 of them. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Well, my opponent has to deal with the Worgen too. I think I'll put him out actually. My opponent has to deal with him because if he doesn't, then I can hit like the Novice Engineer or hit any one of them that won't kill him, and then he'll get an extra attack, which would be really strong. Really? You get the world's biggest leper gnome? Joy.
Wanna blow something up?
No, okay. That worked out fine. I have no idea why he did that, because his position was great to just go leper gnome and then trade the engineer. He would have been kicking my butt. So, I think playing that was a mistake. I mean, he had no idea what would happen, but based on the odds, I think it was a mistake. He had a lot more targets than I did. Okay, 4 mana. I could play a totem and then buff it with Flame Tongue. If I knew I would get the taunt one, I would probably do that, but we don't know that. 4 mana, like, doesn't work out very evenly for these guys, so I think I'm actually going to play this guy. He uses my mana more effectively, and he still does pretty well against those creatures my opponent currently has in play. Around turn 6, I'm going to start doing stuff, I think. That's no good. I'm guessing that if he's playing that, he's got a plan for it. He's not just being an idiot. Fortunately, I can silence it, and that makes it kind of useless. I have several ways. I'm going to use the Ironbeak Owl. Now, am I going to play the Questing Adventurer first, or one of the other guys? This seems like a pretty good time for the Questing Adventurer. My opponent has no useful creatures in play.
Give me a quest.
I can get him up to a 3/3 and just neutralize this stupid thing, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about him randomly crushing me. I have a suspicion he played the Mad Bomber so he could empty his hand of other creatures, and therefore he'd be getting out something big, like one of those 5/6 guys or something. Really? Oh, whatever, it still costs him a card. What is with people playing Ancient Watchers? He must have a plan to silence it, I guess. I don't know. I do have 6 mana now, though. I'm not going to play him. I want to play this guy when he's going to kill something. I have lower life than my opponent. Burning him down is not going to work right now. Unfortunately, this guy is going to take hits from the Demolisher. There's not much I can do about that. But yeah, I still want to just get out a bunch of creatures right now. See, he's going to play a Spellbreaker. That's my guess for his play. Okay. Gonna just cast the spell Silence? No, he's not. I think I would have preferred if that hit one of the creatures, but oh well. So I could play a Flame Tongue Totem, and that would allow my stuff to kind of kick his stuff's ass. But it's actually better for me to get out the Fire Elemental. Wait. I know this seems kind of silly, but when Bloodlust is involved, you gotta start counting. Is he dead yet? Yeah, I know the answer is no, but just as a theory here. I have a Bloodlust in my hand and a whole bunch of creatures. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 9 damage from this, like 3 per creature. That's 15 is definitely not going to do it, but I am not that far off if I could get a couple more creatures and get in some damage. We're going to do 3 damage to that one, and then finish him off with Earth Shock. And then smash, smash, smash. Next turn, I could easily kill my opponent if he doesn't wipe out a lot of my creatures. Flame Tongue plus Bloodlust is so much damage, it boggles the mind. Okay, he did have a plan to silence that guy, and he had a Holy Nova, which was very important, because otherwise he was doomed. That hit him directly. Interesting. Okay, so the can I kill him math, it's much less good now. Probably not. So we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 6, 17 damage I could do to him. It doesn't cut it, but it's still 17 damage. So no. Instead, we're going to play this guy. Torch is super combo, not that impressive guy. And I don't want to trade this for the owl, but this thing's very vulnerable. As long as he has a creature in play, there's more he can do. Like, I don't want to lose a creature right now, but he could kill it. It's his choice anyway. I'd rather take the choice away and get a random totem that I can still use to Bloodlust next round. So yeah. Of course, I'm using a random totem now. I don't want him to see this coming. Or at least I want to use it when 2 creatures are attacking him or need the bonus. Aw, damn it. He's determined not to die for some reason. There's something wrong with this guy. Okay. I don't have enough mana to double Bloodlust. Again, we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He healed so much it wasn't really even close. So, okay. I'm going to heal myself, because this is only down by like 1. Going to get a totem. Nice. Armor totem, always good. And I'm going to buff these guys. Now... Oh, no, I did it wrong. Ah, I forgot. The point was to have 2 that can attack right now, and they can't. That was stupid. So I may have just lost the ability to kill him next turn, depending on what he does. If he has another Holy Nova, I'm going to be upset. He does have to do something very strong, though, or he's doomed.
Squire, attend me.
That's not it. He needs taunt, or he needs to kill a bunch of my guys. If he's doing that, he is so not going to save himself. Yay, graphical error. Yeah, no, you're not even close, buddy. You have no idea how doomed you are.
Well played.
You managed to keep me in check for a while, but nope. Bloodlust very strong. That's why I went with 2 of them. Not so that I could play them both at once. That's kind of silly. But yeah. Well, 1-0, that's how we always like to start. We'll see how much further I can go next time. Put the hammer down on that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.